Young and the Restless spoilers. Recap Saturdays for the 15th of August, 2026. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Friday, and honestly, I am just so ready for the weekend. But we absolutely have to sit down and talk about what just went down in Genoa City today, because my head is completely spinning from all this drama. So let's just dive right into it, because the writers are really out here testing our blood pressure this week. And I mean that literally. Let's start with the Newman family, because when are they not a total, absolute mess? Nikki Newman is currently putting on what might be the greatest performance of her entire life. And honestly, someone give Melody Thomas Scott another Emmy right now. We all know what happened a few episodes ago. Nick completely spiraled. He checked himself out of rehab against medical advice, which was just a disaster waiting to happen, and then he hit absolute rock bottom. He ended up in that dingy motel room, getting high on fentanyl, hallucinating Matt Clark, and then sleeping with that enabler neighbor, Marie Kirkland. It was dark. It was so dark. But Nikki? Nikki is walking around Genoa City, pretending like her entire world isn't actively burning to the ground. She is putting on this brave face, smiling at parties, keeping up appearances because that is just what Nikki Newman does. It is her brand. She ignores reality until it literally slaps her in the face. And right now, she is dealing with the fact that she has to lie to her own son. She is actively lying to Nick, telling him that his massive, terrifying relapse didn't ruin her and Victor's honeymoon and vow renewal plans. Why do they do this? Why does this family constantly lie to each other to protect each other from their own consequences? It is so incredibly toxic. Nikki thinks she is helping Nick by taking away his guilt, but she is just enabling the cycle. Victoria and Claire are standing right there, and they are telling Nikki that it's okay, that she is doing the right thing. Claire is still pretty new to the absolute chaos that is the Newman family dynamic, so I get why she's just nodding along. But Victoria? Victoria has been through the ringer with Nick's addiction issues for years. She knows better, but she is playing the peacemaker right now, trying to keep her mother from completely breaking down. And then, because Nikki cannot actually process her overwhelming terror and grief about Nick possibly dying from a drug overdose, she does what she always does. She deflects. She needs a scapegoat. She needs someone to be mad at, and since she refuses to be mad at Nick, she aims all of her venom right at Adam Newman, because of course she does. It is always Adam. Suddenly, the conversation shifts to Nick's kids, and then Adam's name gets brought up, and Nikki just snaps. She unleashes all this anger and frustration onto Adam, questioning if they can ever actually trust him. She starts bringing up all the times he has betrayed them in the past. And, let's be real, she has a point. Adam has done some truly horrific things to this family. The spider days, the toxic back and forth with Chelsea, the time he literally tried to destroy Victor. Nikki has a very long, very valid list of reasons to hate Adam. But right now, in this specific moment, Adam is actually trying to help. He was the one who went to Vegas. He is the one who has been trying to track down Matt Clark. He is the one trying to save Nick. And the craziest part of this entire scene is that Victoria actually defends him. Victoria Newman, who has spent the better part of her life trying to push Adam out of the family, is standing there defending him to their mother. What alternate universe are we living in? I had to rewind that scene just to make sure I heard it right. Victoria is actually going to bat for Adam. But maybe I'm being too harsh on Nikki here. Nikki is a mother terrified for her child. She is lashing out. But she also says she is keeping her guard up when it comes to Adam, and she thinks Victor should be worried too. And you know what? She is actually right about that part. She doesn't fully know it yet, but her intuition is spot on. She knows Adam has been working behind Victor's back. We all know about the secret Newman media sale with Sally Spectra. When Victor fully processes that betrayal, the explosion is going to be legendary. Nikki feels completely vindicated in her distrust. And honestly, she's not wrong, even if her timing is just a massive projection of her fear for Nick. Okay, wait. Let me pull myself back on track here because we have to talk about the other half of this episode, which was just absolute corporate carnage. The Abbott and Winters families are going to war, and I am so here for it. Let's look at Lily Winters. Poor Lily. She is just trying to keep her head above water. Her entire world is shifting. Devon just dropped the massive bombshell that he is leaving the Winters company to start a non-profit, which is still wild to me. And then Nate, inspired by Devon, confesses he wants to go back to medicine and become a surgeon again. So Lily is suddenly left holding this massive corporate empire all by herself. She thought she had Chancellor locked down. She is trying to celebrate her success. and she has Kane Ashby standing right there next to her. And Kane. Oh, Kane. I change my mind about Kane every other week, I swear. Sometimes I think he really loves Lily and is just trying to protect her, but most of the time he is just so unbelievably arrogant. Lily is smart. She has great instincts. She looks at Billy Abbott, who is currently working at Chancellor, and she knows he is a ticking time bomb. She tells Kane to fire Billy. She wants Billy gone before he does something stupid that hurts the company. But Kane refuses. Kane actually stands there and defends Billy, or rather, he defends his own ability to control Billy. He tells Lily that he can handle it. He really thinks he can manage Billy Abbott. What was he thinking? Who actually believes that managing Billy Abbott is a thing that can be done? Has Kane not met Billy? Has he not watched this man self-destruct a million times over? Kane is so cocky, so sure that he can talk Billy down and stop him from doing anything foolish. And that brings us to the moment of the episode. The absolute hold my beer moment of the year. Billy Abbott is on a tear right now. He has been fighting with Jack and Kyle. He is dealing with the fact that Sally is pregnant and their relationship is a mess. And he is just vibrating with this manic, chaotic energy. He knows Kane and Lily are celebrating. He knows they think they have won. So what does he do? He crashes the party. He literally just walks right into the middle of Lily and Kane's celebration. He doesn't even hesitate. He walks in, looks right at Lily, and tells her that he respects her. He actually says he respects her, which is such a Billy thing to say right before he completely destroys your life. He tells them that Chancellor Industries doesn't belong to them. It belongs to him. It belongs to the Abbott family. And you guys, the look on Lily's face. I felt so bad for her, but I also couldn't look away. It was incredible television. Billy drops the massive secret that he has been digging up. He tells them that technically, legally, the Abbotts are the true owners of Chancellor. And why? Because of an old massive financial bailout from his father, John Abbott, from years ago. A bailout that was never actually repaid. I mean, the writers really dug deep into the show's history for this one, and I kind of love it. We haven't talked about John Abbott's business dealings in forever. But Billy went digging through Jill's files. He found the paper trail, and he is using it. He tells Lily and Kane that he has the proof. He has the receipts. Kane is just standing there, looking like an absolute fool. Just minutes ago, he was telling Lily not to worry, that he had Billy under control. And now Billy is standing in their office, declaring himself the owner of their company. Lily is furious. She is absolutely livid. And not just at Billy. She is ready to fight Kane too. She warned him. She told him to fire Billy, and Kane didn't listen, and now they are in this massive mess. Lily is trying so hard to keep the peace, to hold her family's legacy together, and Kane's arrogance just let a Trojan horse right through their front door. And the thing is, Billy might actually be right. That is the craziest part of all of this. Usually, when Billy goes off the rails, he is just gambling. He is making reckless bets, and hoping they pay off. But this time he has documents. He has lawyers. He has a legitimate legal claim to the company. The old Billy is back. The ruthless corporate shark Billy who doesn't care who he has to run over to get what he wants. I have been reading what the fans on social media are saying, and everyone is so divided. Half the fans are cheering for Billy because they hate Kane and want to see him lose. The other half are furious for Lily because she doesn't deserve this after everything she has been through with Devon and Nate leaving. Honestly, I am just sitting here eating popcorn, because this is exactly the kind of corporate warfare I watch this show for. It is going to go to court. There is no way this doesn't end up in front of a judge. Lily is not going to just hand over Chancellor without a fight. She has worked too hard. She has bled for this company. But Billy is so dug in. He is so obsessed with this idea that Chancellor belongs to his family. It is almost like he is trying to prove something to the ghost of John Abbott. Or maybe he is trying to prove something to Jack. He just had that massive blow-up with Jack and Kyle, where he told them about the Chancellor ownership, and Jack was just stunned. Billy wants to be the savior of the Abbott family. He wants to be the one who brings this massive empire back home. But what is the cost going to be? Sally is pregnant. She is dealing with all this trauma from losing baby Ava. She needs stability. She needs Billy to be a partner, a father. And instead, Billy is launching a hostile takeover of a multi-billion-dollar corporation and starting a blood feud with Lily Winters and Kane Ashby. Does he even care how this is going to affect Sally? Probably not. Billy gets tunnel vision when he is on a crusade. He completely blocks out everything else around him. So let's just zoom out for a second and look at the bigger pattern here. This is classic Young and the Restless. On one side of town, you have the Newman family, completely imploding under the weight of addiction, secrets, and lies. Nikki is drinking her vodka in secret, pretending her son isn't dying in a motel room. Victor is plotting revenge against Phyllis and Matt Clark, completely unaware that his own wife and daughter are keeping secrets from him about Adam. And on the other side of town, you have the Abbotts and the Winters families tearing each other apart over money and power. Jack is recovering from being stabbed, Diane is spiraling into paranoia over Dr. Markham, and Billy is setting off corporate car bombs in Lily's office. It is just chaos. Beautiful, messy, soapy chaos. I don't know how Lily is going to bounce back from this. Kane is basically useless to her right now. He totally dropped the ball. If I were Lily, I would fire Kane on the spot, just for being so stupidly arrogant. But she is probably going to need him for the legal fight ahead. They are going to have to dig up their own historical documents to prove that John Abbott's bailout was either forgiven, repaid in some other way, or past the statute of limitations. I am not a lawyer, but I know soap opera law is a very special, very flexible thing. And what about Nikki and Victor? They are supposed to be renewing their vows. They are supposed to be going to Venice. How in the world is that going to happen when Nick is actively self-destructing? At some point, the facade is going to crack. Nikki is going to break. You can only pretend everything is fine for so long before the reality of fentanyl and addiction kicks the door down. I am genuinely terrified for Nick. That scene with Marie in the motel was so hard to watch. He had the chance to go back to rehab. He had the chance to get clean. And he just threw it all away because the nightmares of Matt Clark were too much for him to handle. And Matt Clark is still out there. He is free from his ankle monitor. He is manipulating Sienna. He is targeting Mariah. The villains are winning right now in Genoa City. The bad guys have the upper hand. Victor thinks he is in control, but he is completely blind to the rot inside his own house. I am so exhausted by these characters, but I love them so much. I just want to shake them sometimes. I want to shake Kane for being so smug. I want to shake Billy for being so reckless. I want to hug Nikki, but I also want to yell at her to stop lying and actually deal with the problem. I guess we will just have to see how it all plays out next week. Will the court give Billy control of Chancellor? Will Lily kick Kane to the curb? Will Adam actually prove Nikki wrong and save Nick? Or will his secret deal with Sally blow up in his face before he gets the chance? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you Team Billy or Team Lily in this Chancellor war? Do you think Nikki is right to distrust Adam? Or is Victoria right to defend him? I need to know your theories, because right now, I have no idea how any of this is going to end well for anybody. Honestly, I need a nap after writing all of this. The drama is just too much today. But you know I'll be right back here on Monday to break down whatever insane thing happens next. Thanks for sticking with my rambling. You guys are the best. See you next time.